know how to charge creative solution. What is your opinion about it? I mean, for me, creative is more like unusual way to approach for particular
Yes, yes.
problem.
I think we had some discussion like that a long time
Yeah.
ago. I think that creative means here I use Python in the ways not intended by its designers, and I'm aware of that.
Yes.
So I don't think it should be done this way, but it's a nice puzzle for you to figure out.
Yes. So creative
And in
solutions.
Clear Solution, I use the features, whatever they are, as they are intended to be used. So it doesn't matter if they're complicated. It usually I usually get angry at people in the forum or in the comments when they say, "Oh, this is not clear because I don't understand it." It's not a criteria because whatever I write, somebody will not understand it. It means it seems to me my definition is that it uses the Python features as they are intended to be used. If they are complicated or simple.
Yeah.
So okay, let's see what here. Oh, here vowels and consonants are a set, not a string anymore. So I don't know, the checking is a bit faster, but of course when you have a set of 20 characters, it's not very much faster checking than a string of 20 characters. But it is nice in that it signifies intent.
Yeah.
I don't need the order of those. The order is alphabetical, but not it doesn't matter. I need whether something is in there or not. And it is nice to communicate that with the reader via right data structure set in this case. Okay. Okay, so he converts everything that is not an alphanumeric into a space, and everything that is an alphanumeric he converts to uppercase.
Yep.
And then yes, then he splits it on a white space. It is okay because split without parameters, that's something that people don't really know, but I think it's nice to mention it here. This is really two functions in one. If you have something and you split it like this, and if you split it like this,
Yeah.
it's different because uh, in this case it isn't. But if you have, for example, some space in the front, or you have I don't know, more spaces here, or you have some tabs, then it will do different things. And it's nice to know which one do you really need, because in most cases what you really need is this, because you with splits without arguments, you're just saying I'm interested in these things. I'm interested in what meat is in my string, what is really substantial there. And I don't really care about how it is separated. It can be separated by any number of white space in the front, in the middle, in the back, tabs, new lines, whatever. And in this case, you say, I want to know everything that is between spaces. So this is space, and this is space, so this is between spaces, okay. But this empty word here is also between spaces. This here and this here, so it will be in the list. This is not between spaces because this is not a space, right, and so on.
Yeah.
So if you want to just look at the meat of the string without any extra white space, you use split without arguments.
Yes.
So he has done that here because, and it is correct because he has converted everything else to spaces. So split will just give him the alphanumeric words. Okay.
Okay.
And now he has total. total is probably too empty semantically. I think the better name would be something that evocates what are you counting, right? So striped or stripe count or something like that. Total is very, very generic. It serves well here because the function is short and you know what you are counting. Okay, it also has continue, but here he has, yes, that's a nice thing, and it is an instance of a general principle. When you have right data structures, you have much more freedom and expressivity about what you are writing. You can write many things much more nicely. In this case, because he has sets, he can just see whether the sets are subsets of vowels, consonants, or whatever, right? So he doesn't really have need to have an inner loop word. He just needs to select the odd characters and even characters. He does that with slices. It's nice.
Yeah.
And when he has the set of all of characters at odd places and characters at even places, it just the characters at odd places are all vowels. That means the set of them is subset of vowels, and even characters are consonants, or the otherwise. Odds are consonants and evens are vowels. If that is true, then total is incremented. It is nice usage of booleans to count, because booleans are just numbers 0 or 1 with a different representation on the screen. Right?
Yeah.
And that's it. At the end, he returns total. It is a very nice solution. I like it. Oh, he imports punctuation from string. It's always nice, especially for someone who knows all the standard library, because now when I see punctuation, I really know what it is, right? It's not something that he has defined; it is defined in the standard library. Okay, so but yeah, here is the the mortal sin of unpythonicity, because you just make another text and another text and another text just to replace with spaces. If you really want to do something like that, Python has a battery for that. Of course, Python has battery for everything, but not many people know about it, because it's the API is not really you have a static method of Satara class, maketrans. And then you say, what do you want to replace? And with what you want to replace it. This is you, right? And you say, and it really does all the translations in one go. So you can do that, but not many people do it this way. It's a nice thing to know about, but it's not really used very much. But I think here it would be nice to let's say from string import and now I need just as many spaces are there as they are. Yes, and now I have something. And that's it, right? So it's kind of nice to know about it. Why do you have to have two steps? Because this step is kind of slow. It builds some hash table of some of mappings of Unicode characters and so on. When you have something like that, idea is to be used many times. So then you have just then you can apply it, translate many strings with the same table. Is the one that we have already seen.
Yeah.
The only difference is that instead of using an operator, instead of using a set subset of other sets,
Okay.
as a set is subset.
What do you think is better to use?
Well, I'm a mathematician, so I'm probably biased here, but I like operators. Let's see, for example, whether this or this looks better to you. I don't. I agree. It's not clear cut, but
Yeah.
when you do arithmetic, you really like to see the operators, because you can group them by precedence. You can arrange your expressions as something that is meaningful. It is much nicer to see what's going on, because we have been trained through all the elementary school about recognizing and manipulating arithmetical expressions. When you look at this, it looks like a mathematical function, but it's not really a mathematical function. You have comment here. You can raise exceptions. You can have infinite loops. It is not really a function, but it has a notation like a function. This has a notation like an arithmetical operation, and it really is an arithmetical operation. And for me, as a set theorist, this is also arithmetical operation. This is just a comparison of two sets. It shouldn't be a method. It should be a simple thing. It should be an operator. Another thing that maybe is meaningful to say here, that is not really subjective. This is okay if you want to check whether something is a subset, but whether something is a proper subset. So this means proper subset, but you don't have a method.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was considered and it was decided not to add it, or somebody just forgot. But operators are more expressive. You can express the notion of proper subset, while with methods you cannot. Of course, now when I'm talking, there is a nice thing that you can do with methods and not with operators, because when you say, I don't know, this will be true. Notice that the right-hand side is not a set. If you do this, then you get, of course, this is not supported. But I would say that it is not really clear-cut whether this is good, because Python usually doesn't work that way, right? When you try to, I don't know, join, it doesn't convert those 1 and 2 to strings, right? So it is kind of strange that it works this way. Of course, it works this way because it just checks through this iterable whether it contains 1 and it contains 2. At no point no one is interested about what it is. It is just a matter of duck typing. And of course here it's just a wall of text. I think it is. When somebody reads a lot of text, it is of course nice to have words, but you already have punctuation. You have this dot, you have these parentheses. Instead of those 3 symbols, right? Dot, an open and close parenthesis. You can have 2 symbols. You can have just those 2 symbols, and you will have fewer symbols than in this variant, right? And it will be shorter, and it will probably be clearer for someone who is used to operators, for sure, and I think for other people too.